sweet it is. The Clown Princes of Basketball are back. The Harlem Globetrotters tip off the season premiere of ABC's Wide World of Sports tomorrow.
You've got 12:19 to go in the first half, and the Syracuse Orange men are camped on the Auburn 42-yard line, first down in a 7-7 ball game. Michael Owens is the I-back. That's Kelly, the tight end in motion. Good receiver, hasn't seen the ball yet today. Hand the ball to 44 Owens. And he's inside the 40 to the 39, a pickup of 3 on the play, and the tackle to Quentin Riggin.
Syracuse tailbacks together, there are 3 of them. Drummond, Owens, and Abraham gained over 1,400 yards from that spot this year.
2nd and 7. Glover in motion, the man that caught the touchdown. A little pop downfield to Glover. He's got it in the secondary and takes it to the Auburn 20-yard line. First down, Syracuse.
Take a look at what the option does here. Again, here's the receiver. He's just going to go right in here and hang. The option, when he comes down, is going to pull these linebackers up. He's going to hit him right behind the linebackers. You hang in the seam. He fakes the handoff, pops his receiver, and lets him run. Tough offense to defense.
Robert Drummond is back in at I-back, replacing Owen. Has the ball. Oh, he had a hole, and he was about to take off. Number 78 trying to pin a block on Ogletree, but Ogletree got just enough of him to knock him down.
Right side of your screen, pulling to the left. That's Stoffel right there with a good block. Allows him to get up inside.
Ball just inside the Auburn 19 now. Second and long 8 with Owens back at I-back. McPherson gets pressure, throws the ball incomplete. So he had pressure in front, and he could hear the hooves coming from the back, and he missed his target. Third and 8.
McPherson doesn't call the plays. He lets his offensive coordinator, George DeLeon, call them, but he knows what's going on, knows the plays that are being called.
Double wide now, top of the picture for Syracuse. Pressure. McPherson, down he goes on the 30. There's a penalty flag. So while they're marking the penalty, let's join Mike Adamle as he visits with one of my favorite people, Archie Manning.
Well, Keith, back in 1970, Ole Miss beat Arkansas in the Sugar Bowl back then, and this is the man who engineered that victory. There's something special about this bowl game. This is my first Sugar, and it is great.
Well, it is. It's a great bowl game. We got 2 great teams playing today. I think we're going to have a great game, Mike.
And on Sunday, the New Orleans Saints, and talking to some of the players yesterday, they kind of wish you were back to enjoy their first winning season ever.
Well, it's been enjoyable just watching it. Jim Moore's done a great job. This is an exciting team, and this city is very excited about the game Sunday. Big game for the Saints.
How were they able to finally turn the corner?
Just Jim Moore, Jim Finks, the combination right there. They play hard, got some talent, but they're not just the best talent in the league. They just play hard, great defense, keep the ball, and a great kicker.
Okay, Archie, great to see you. Happy New Year, and I know Keith and Bob are expecting you upstairs, so enjoy the game. Thank you for joining us. Keith?
Holding on the offense. It's declined. It'll be 4th down.
So with the big sack here, the ball moved back outside the Auburn 29. They can afford to go ahead and decline that penalty.
Somehow it just doesn't seem fair for the Saints to be in the playoffs and Archie Manning not to be a part of it.
Quality fellow. Always has been and always will be. Doubt in my mind.
Yep.
Lessling now is in for a man-sized field goal try. This is a 46-yarder. Bill Cox to hold it. Syracuse going for the lead. Will he get there? short. He really didn't get a solid blow on it. You huff and you puff, and you pray a little bit. And sometimes even that won't work. His longest of this year was 45. That was 46, and it was a yard short.
Protecting what you value is the smartest policy. And your family's best protection comes from USF&G.
For generations of Americans, protecting home, auto, and life has meant USF&G insurance. Just ask your independent agent.
We got you covered, America, covered from day to day. USF&G covers the USA.
Introducing the 1988 Eagle Premier. Properly named because Premier is a first. An American car with European sophistication and handling.
Extend special best wishes and a happy new year to a good old friend, the principal engineer of this extravaganza, the USF&G Sugar Bowl, the executive director, Mickey Holmes. Momentary setback with a little health problem, but he's a good tough one, and I know that Mick will be back at his desk and doing his job. So Mickey, we wish you the very best for the coming year. Now Auburn's ball, first down. At their own 30, Berger gives it to the up man, Ware. And in this series, you sort of get the feeling that Auburn might really want to test Ted Gregory.
Well, they have gone up the middle a few times. Gregory has gotten the better part of it on occasion, but there have been other times when they've been able to run inside. Gregory on the left side, 93, double team to begin with. And the Syracuse defensive line does a pretty nice job of stacking it up.
I tell you that David Holmes is up there at cornerback. He looks like a linebacker, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He's in there thumping. Second down and 9. Berger's pass down the middle. Pass is caught by the tight end. That's Walter Reeves, a big target at 6'4", 245 from Eufaula, Alabama. The gain is short of the first down, however, out near the 37. They've got to go close to the 40 in order to get the first down.
Reeves was voted by the coaches on the All-SEC team. In fact, Auburn had 11 players, 6 on offense and 5 on defense, to be voted on the All-Southeastern Conference team. They are quite a bit of talent on this ball club.
All right, Lawyer Tillman just trotted back on the field, and he's at the top of your picture. Big play man. Shoot it at him, and he can't hold it. He went down just past the marker and turned back, trying to get the first down play. And you got an outstanding defensive play from Jeff Mangrum. And Jeff Mangrum is from Brunswick, Georgia. That's down South Georgia, not very far from Auburn.
Tillman, 85, right in the center of your screen. Could have caught the football, but because Mangrum was there, heard the footsteps and couldn't hold on.
And Schulman is in to punt. Tommy Kane is back. Punt is away, and it's a high, long hanger. Forcing fair catch by Kane back around the Syracuse 16-yard line. So it's a 48-yarder by Schulman and no return with 8:42 to go in the first half.
There is much to admire about European touring sedans. The sophisticated styling, their agility and precise handling. It is in that spirit that we offer this car. But we've added a few unorthodox notions, like real comfort and a 7-year, 70,000-mile protection plan. Introducing the 1988 Eagle Premier, properly named because Premier is a first, an American car with European sophistication and handling.
When it comes to the electronics business, you gotta be wired. You gotta be plugged in. You gotta be switched on. You gotta keep your circuits open. You can't afford to blow a fuse. It takes a lot of energy to get your product out the door. And your customers won't stand for loose connections. This reminder from Federal Express that it's not just a package, it's your business.
Well, from that angle, that perspective, it looks like a fur piece, and it is.
Well, you're standing behind the center as a quarterback looking that way. It is a fur piece,
You bet.
especially when you got those blue jerseys over there that are darn good to go through.
From the 16, Don McPherson. Hands it, gets a big hole for Owens. And Owens gives him some breathing room. He's close to a first down. Carlo Cheatham, the junior out of Sheffield, Alabama, number 35, gets in on the tackle. And Owens gets up gimpy.
They say he is the best pure talent that they have at running back. He was a Proposition 48 youngster last year. He's a sophomore this year. Didn't play, obviously, because of the Proposition 48, and this is the first year that he's played.
Chains on for the measurement while the medical folks, the trainer, look at Owens. Looked like it was an ankle, and they're just short of the first down. He's got 9 yards plus on that carry.
The Syracuse offensive line, Keith, does a nice job. That time, Stopel, their left tackle, Craig Stopel, the junior, and really the leader of that offensive line, pulls from his left tackle spot. He is a man that seems to pull most of the time for them because he seems to be not only have the size, but the foot speed and quickness to get around people.
Well, Michael trying to walk it off and will go out of the game. He has to go out of the game for one play, but I expect he'll be out a little longer than that because that looks very tender. That's another one that got away from Joe and Mike in Pennsylvania. I tell you, that Carrier Dome has really changed the face of athletics at Syracuse University, hasn't it? Big crowds for basketball. Full houses for football.
Well, it's comfortable. It's not out in the weather when it gets cold, and I think it helps recruit players, good players, to that program.
Second down and 6 inches or so. I don't know, maybe. Carrying it is Darrell Johnson. Johnson took a pretty good lick from Robert Goff and company, but he did get the first down. Dick McPherson has sort of changed the social habits with an 11-0 football team. It's been Jim Boeheim's show with the kind of ball you bounce.
Well, they say normally this time of year the football team has more losses than the basketball team, but that's not true this year.
Nope. From the 27, first down. Yep, they give it right straight back to Drummond. And Drummond runs for a first down to the 39-yard line, where Alvin Briggs had to come over from cornerback and bring him down.
So we're talking about Stopel, and watch the left tackle, it's a Stopel, and the left guard as they pull this way, and the runner will come by here and follow him. Start off to the left side, hands it back. Stopel inside, Flannery gets through there, and a nice game. Well-designed play.
So the Orange pick up successive first downs, and they hand it up front. The big guy, look at him. That time he got leverage. Darrell Johnson got his shoulder under the pads of the defender and rode him backwards.
Kind of reminded me of Zonka, the way he's pushing those guys out of the way. Nice kid.
The coach is McPherson, M-A-C. The quarterback is McPherson, M-C. And it's second down again and inches. Let's see if they try to go for something bigger here and just pick up the first down. Nope. Broken play, it looked like. McPherson, the quarterback. I'll tell you one thing, he is fearless. You see him put that head down and drive into that defensive back, Briggs.
I'm not so sure that wasn't a design play.
Might have been.
as much as they like to let him run. The key, the tip-off to it was the receiver on this side, the side he ended up coming to, was blocking the corner all the way. There's Briggs
gets hurt
4,
here.
yeah.
That's a pretty good lick McPherson put on him. Don is 6-footer, 190-pounder from West Hempstead, New York. He's now run the ball 11 times, and no Syracuse back has carried it more than 14 times in a game this season. Briggs is out of there, and John Wiley in replacing him. McPherson looking to throw it, goes underneath with it, completes the pass to the Auburn 39. They've got to go close to the 34, so they're going to need about 5 more yards. Total plays so far in the ball game: Syracuse 33 and Auburn 17. So they've not only controlled the clock, and with the 33 plays, or 16 more plays than Auburn. That's why they held it so long.
Excuse me, Keith, you saw McPherson look to the sideline. He got a signal, and then he looked to the wristband that he has on his left arm. They signal in a number. He looks to his wristband for the number that correlates to the play.
They got Kelly. Remember, he's a very good receiver. Tight end. Threw it to him one time. The ball was batted down. They optioned the other way. And coming up, number 39, Kurt Crane, the senior from Birmingham, the inside backer. And you're right, Bob. Everywhere McPherson's going today, Kurt Crane's going with him.
And I think that is the plan. As we take a look right there, that's Ivan Fears, the receivers coach, that is wagging the plays into McPherson. Now, we saw Briggs was hurt a little bit earlier. Wiley, number 9, a true freshman, is in at one corner for him. At the other corner is Reed, a redshirt freshman. So both Auburn's outstanding corners are out of the game.
And it's 3rd and short 5. Pressure, no, they get it. That is the 4th sack, and this one goes to Craig Ogletree, a sophomore from Barnesville, Georgia.
Take a look right here. Ogletree is going to come in. Nobody's going to block him. The receiver's going to go out. Usually if the receiver, the back is supposed to block him, the quarterback knows that it's a hot receiver, but that time there was a mix-up. Either McPherson or the back did not block the proper man.
Cooper Gardner in to punt it. Duke Donaldson back for Auburn. A little pressure on him, but it's a very high kick, and it should be very efficient. And Donaldson didn't have any choice. He had to let the ball bounce, and just simply couldn't get to it. And it winds up a 40-yard kick, dead at the Auburn 4.
We're not a company, but outstanding people come to us every day. People who want to make a contribution to a team and do work that really counts. People eager to see new places, do the unusual, and find the unusual. People who become your friends for life. People just like you. We're not a company, we're your country. We're the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, the Army. We're the armed forces. It's a great place to start.
A Big Mac attack could strike at any time.
Warning. Warning. Big Mac attack.
Mr. Jeffries. Mr. Jeffries.
Mr. Jeffries. Please proceed immediately to the nearest McDonald's.
Jeffries.
Watch your head.
Big Mac? All systems returning to normal.
Bowling's winter tour gets rolling with the $125,000 ARC Alameda Open tomorrow on the season premiere of ABC's Professional Bowlers Tour.
Go back and take a look. Craig Ogletree, who just had the sack, almost makes 2 big plays in a row. Just barely misses the punt. Would have been a big play, 2 in a row for that young man.
Final score, Nebraska, Florida State, Seminoles win 31-28. That was quite a scuffle in Tempe. Out of the end zone, Danley with the ball for the Auburn Tigers. And he'll pick up about 5 yards out near the 9, where David Bavaro knocks him down. Yep, that's his younger brother of Mark of the Giants, and formerly Notre Dame. Here's what's happened so far in the ball game. In the first quarter, The Auburn Tigers got out on top when Lawyer Tillman caught a 17-yard pass from Jeff Berger. Syracuse early in the second quarter responded with a long drive and stuck at the end zone on a 12-yard shot from McPherson to Glover, and we're all even at 7-7. Wrestling missed the 46-yard field goal just short for Syracuse. Now the Orange men and Auburn backed up on Auburn's end of the field. Second down and a long 5. And a defensive play like that by Syracuse is making things tough for the Tigers. 52, I think, was the man that slipped in there, Derek Ward. David Bavaro was also there, and so was Gregory, the nose guard. Texas A&M romping Notre Dame in the Cotton Bowl. That might go down as one of the big surprises of the postseason.
That's a little bit of a surprise to me.
Foot speed, Bob, foot speed. Boy, those Aggies can run.
That's for sure. That's one thing I've learned this year, Keith, in going around doing college football. Seems to be a lot of speed in some conferences, not so much in others.
Harry Mose comes onto the field. 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the half. You got a timeout in a 7-7 ball game.
A leading consumer products rating service says one battery, Megatron 34 from Interstate, tested best. It ran circles around better-known brands and won by a mile. Megatron 34 from Interstate. Ask for it.
Hey, look at this. A free trip after just 20,000 miles.
Yeah, but it would take you 20,000 miles to read those restrictions.
He reads?
Northwest frequent flyers get a free trip at 20,000 miles, period.
You take your risks in business, so you'd like some guarantees. And one thing you can count on is USFNG.
Protecting small businesses from big risks is our business at USFNG Insurance. Ask your independent agent.
We got you covered, America. We're making your hard work pay. USFNG covers the USA.
Auburn made its second appearance of the Sugar Bowl 1984 against the Michigan Wolverines. Bo Jackson was the MVP, but place kicker Al Del Greco won it for the Tigers. 3 field goals, the last one coming with just 23 seconds to play, 9-7. Auburn finished 11-1, third in the nation. All right, full house crowd, 75,495. For the 54th playing of the Sugar Bowl, now the USFNG Sugar Bowl, and it is 3rd and 9 for Auburn at their 5-yard line. Danley and Ware in the backfield. And Berger's going to throw it out of the end zone. Going to swing it out, set up a screen, and first down. Danley out to the 17. Took a little gizzard to call that play when he got to work it out of your end zone, but it worked.
And it's a good call, Keith. It's really a safe call because Berger, a senior quarterback, if he's not there, he's not going to throw it out there. It's like a long handoff. You stretch the defense, you swing the man out, get him the football, and you get a first down. You don't have to punt the ball away.
3 minutes and 35 seconds to go in the first half. Berger stays in the air. Down the middle, got Lawyer Tillman. And Tillman is out to the 36, and he'll have a first down. David Holmes brought him down. You can never take your eye off Tillman.
Tillman is the one that's going to make the big play on you. Play action fake on first down after you've come out of your own end zone. Good call. And a nice throw. He had to throw it over a linebacker in between some orange helmets. Class throw right there.
Back in '86, when Lawyer ran that reverse into the end zone, nobody was really sure. Half the players didn't know what the play was. He got the ball and said, well, here I go.
Yeah, I'm going.
Winning touchdown. That's a deep sideline pattern to Freddie Wagan. Penalty flag. That's a foul on the Syracuse defender who got there much too late. Ingram. Chris not looking at the markers. He was going for the man, and he hit him too late.
Again, Auburn going away from the run, throwing the football. This is a long out pattern. Nice catch by Wagan and a frustration right there, just hitting him in the back.
We have a dead ball.
54 yards.
Personal foul on the defense. It'll be first down.
Back on a big 15 yards, and you've got the ball now inside the Syracuse 39. Don't ever forget, these are 17, 18, 19-year-old young people.
That's for sure.
First down. Berger back. Got some heat. Takes off. Old Jeff's got the speed of a good 75 pickup, but he turned in a pretty good play right there.
Well, he's not the quickest or the swiftest, but he's smart. He's got a good arm. He says, hey, it's getting a little hot in the pocket. Let me get out of here. And he's got the sense to get down when the party's over and the run is finished.
And it's second down and 2. That should be very close to a first down, as they just wedge the ball on down the field. Danley and Ware. Ware's a good blocker. Reggie hangs in there and puts a hat on you. We'll have both bands for you at halftime. Mike Adamley will have a feature piece for you, looking at New Year's in New Orleans and all the ancillary activities that go on, including the National Flag Football Championship. Going to bring the chains out and make sure on the first down. Your time remaining first half, 2 minutes and 25 seconds. They got the first down. Coach Ben Schwartzwalder, watching the game, 78, plays golf every day, living down in Florida now. 25 years. He produced 20 All-Americans at Syracuse University.
And their first national championship.
Yep. Boy, you talk about some running backs during his time. Some All-Americans. You know who some of those All-Americans were? How about Ernie Davis, Jim Nance, Jim Brown, Gerhard Schwades, who's here, Larry Zonka, Floyd Little. How about Roger Davis and Bob Yates and Fred Martino? There's some good ones. Bootleg, Berger, Reeves, picks up. Now let's see. Did he call that catch good or did he call him out of bounds? It's good.
Yeah.
And it's a first down. It's a first down. That's a cute little play. It looked like a naked bootleg developing.
It was. Reeves is here. He's going to release inside and then come back out. Everybody's going this way. He's going to fake it and hit him on a nice little play. Sometimes these things are good to get the linebackers all messed up because all the flow goes one way. They can't read and react as quickly if you run this type of play.
Ball is just inside the Syracuse 18, where it's first down, Auburn. Now Auburn bidding for the lead. Give the ball to Danley, runs hard, and pick up a yard, maybe 2. Brought down by Terry Wooden, number 90, a sophomore from Hartford, Connecticut. Stacy Danley is the freshman, 205 pounds. Behind him, Harry Mose, freshman, 200 pounds. And then you got James Joseph, injured on the sidelines. He'll be back next year. So they'll be very, very deep running back next year. Vincent Harris and Alex Strong back up to senior Ware at fullback, both sophomores. Berger swings it out. Danley's in trouble. Got a problem with number 94, Paul Fraze. So Paul sliding out there, got his hands on him and wasn't about to turn him loose.
To show you some of the wide receivers for the University of Auburn going downfield and blocking. Watch these 2 receivers as they'll come in and get these blocks on these linebackers. Now this is something different from pro ball. Those of you who watch, you can block downfield before the ball is caught as long as it's behind the line of scrimmage. That time the blocking wasn't good enough.
Auburn took the timeout to stop the clock at 58 seconds.
At Syracuse University, students and faculty have tackled the ultimate aerodynamic challenge. What began 2 years ago as a class project has grown into something much more. The goal today, to build the world's fastest bobsled and prove it in Olympic competition at Calgary. At Syracuse University, we have a tradition that encourages students to set their sights high. We call it the Syracuse spirit.
There's the time remaining. There's your score. Auburn owns the football. And off that last little swing pass. And the good play by Fraze. Auburn now is sitting back outside the 25. The 11th play in this possession by Auburn. It started back on the Tigers' 5. Jeff Berger, during the timeout, has had the visit with Pat Sullivan and Pat Dye. And now I said the 27. The ball actually is at the 23. There's your final, Texas A&M. Big win for Jackie Sherrill and the Aggies, 35-10 over the Fighting Irish. Right here, it's a 7-7. It's third down and about 17. And back goes Jeff Berger to throw it. Gets it off toward the corner, and it is incomplete. The defender was Marcus Paul. The target was Duke Donaldson. They got tangled up. Paul arguing that he was interfered with.
Donaldson, 29. I think you're going to see Ingram. Remember, Ingram was there. The defensive back is really going to be closer. Paul sees the ball all the way. When the ball's in the air, he has as much right as anybody. And if anything, it was offensive interference because of Donaldson tripping Paul.
Now, Win Lyle, 5'9", 175-pounder, is in to try to give the Auburn Tigers the halftime lead. You've got 52 seconds to go in the half. This is a 40-yard field goal try. He has a good leg. He drilled it. No flag. 5 seconds used up on the clock, and Auburn goes to the lead, 10-7. Tomorrow on ABC Sports, the return of ABC's Professional Bowlers Tour, $125,000 ARC Alameda Open. Chris Schenkel. Chris has done this series from its very beginning. This wouldn't be the same without Schenk. O'Burton comes out of Alameda, California, then followed by the Harlem Globetrotters from Berlin on the premiere of ABC's Wide World of Sports tomorrow. Time you see there. You know, that's one of the longest running, most successful sports series in the history of television.
I was just going to say, a nice man, Chris Schenkel. He's certainly an all-pro in my book.
Eddie Elias, that bunch started that a long time ago. Harry Golden, still going. Byron Abraham, along with Chris Ingram, deep now for Syracuse. And the kickoff by Chris Johnson, taken by Ingram. Auburn takes him down around the 23-yard line. And the clock now stops at 43 seconds to play in the first half, and we'll pause 5 seconds so that our stations can tell you who they are. Auburn took the lead 7-0. Syracuse came back to tie 7-7. And now Auburn back to the lead 10-7 on Win Lyle's 40-yard field goal. McPherson will try to work it downfield and maybe give Vessling a shot. Carlo Cheatham played deep center field for the Auburn defense. That's an incomplete forward pass. Incomplete forward pass. Definitely arm was going forward as Benji Rowland hit Don McPherson.
Rowland's going to come from the right side of your screen. Number 96, he goes around the offensive tackle, Stopel. It just hits him a little bit sooner. It would have been a big turnover for Auburn.
Carlo Cheatham is playing about 30 yards deep center field for the Auburn defense.
That's the way to play it.
Second down and 10. Run a little draw. Give the ball to Darrell Johnson. He gets a couple of yards on it, maybe. And that'll roll the clock now. And let's see if Syracuse wants to stop it with a timeout or let it expire and go to the clubhouse. I think that's it. So the the first half is over. The 54th USF&G Sugar Bowl, with the Auburn Tigers leading the Syracuse Orange Men 10-7.
Some people are so silly. Ouch. They make this big deal about Kellogg's Frosted Flakes being just for kids. Well, look at me. I'm an adult. I eat them. Heck, I love them. Frosted Flakes just for kids? Come on. Like we adults have to go sneaking around. Like we can't enjoy these sweet, crunchy flakes just as much as kids.
Daddy, are you eating our Frosted Flakes again?
Oops. There now. You can't deny it. Frosted Flakes have the taste adults have grown to love. They're great.
I've been doing his chores for the last year and a half. He rides 500 miles a week. It's the least I can do.
At 3M, we know that dreams, like ideas, won't live without the support of others. So as you watch the 1988 Olympic Games, remember nobody got there alone. 3M, supporting the dream.
Tonight, preteens obsessed with looking good are resorting to dangerous diets. Plus, what happens when a country is run by women? On 2020 tonight.
It's that time after Christmas when there's nothing to do. Until now. Your Suzuki dealer is having a clearance on one of America's least expensive 4x4s. All models, all colors. But it's all over on January 4th. So don't wait. You're running out of time. To get in on the fun, see your Washington area Suzuki Samurai dealer.
If you gotta go because a life's on the line, you better have it. Champion Battery. If you gotta go when it's 20 below, you better have it. Champion Battery. If you gotta go because the stork's arriving, you better have it. Champion. 700 cold cranking amps. Pound for pound, the most powerful battery you can buy. Guaranteed to start your car. Champion. You better have it.
Save $20 at Montgomery Ward Auto Express.
Magnum, weekdays at 4 p.m.
Entertaining now in the Louisiana Superdome, the Syracuse University Pride of the Orange Marching Band. Let's enjoy them. Master of Bands, Dr. Robert L. Spradling. Syracuse University with a score at halftime, Auburn 10, Syracuse 7.
They'll cut me right off the bottom line. Maybe I better not show it to them.
No doubt in my mind, it's a case we can win.
There's one airline that knows its business so well, it actually lets you keep your mind on yours.
It's a three-part strategy.
United, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve.
Our guys fly in tonight. There's tomorrow. We all fly on Thursday.
Come fly the friendly skies.
They got this covered or what?
Partners. Did you ever think we'd be partners, Dad? This is the best day of my life.
A chip off the old block, everyone said as he grew up through the years. And all along you had the hope someday Murphs would all be his. Murphs and Son, the sign said.
Dad? Huh? Well, so what do you think?
I think you've got some work to do, okay?
The spirit of 76.
Here's why these New England fishermen take Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine.
I get aches and pains, runny nose, nasally, and Alka-Seltzer Plus works every time.
When I get a cold, my head feels like it's 3 feet thick. Alka-Seltzer Plus helps break through, helps me get back on my feet.
Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. Fast, effective relief for tough winter colds.
In a word, it works.
Try new Alka-Seltzer Plus nighttime cold medicine to relieve your cold at night.
I'm Frank Gifford. The Professional Bowlers Tour starts its season with the ARC Alameda Open. Then it's the season premiere of ABC's Wide World of Sports. When they're holding court, anything can happen.
We love you, ABC. Take a look at this, ABC.
And usually does. It's the Clown Princes of Basketball, the Harlem Globetrotters, from West Berlin. Plus the special announcement of ABC's Wide World Athlete of the Year. All Saturday on ABC Sports.
The Syracuse Band concluding their performance at halftime here at the Louisiana Superdome, and here's the best-looking young guy in town, Mike Adamle.
Well, Keith, if there was a match made in heaven, it is the Sugar Bowl in the city of New Orleans, and it's more than just game day. You know, the entire week is jam-packed with activities, and here's just a sample of what went down this week in this Dixie town. The main attraction, of course, is the two teams, and in the spirit of sportsmanship, the Auburn Tigers and Syracuse Orangemen dined together at a special Cajun-style feast. Throw in a little music, and the red carpet treatment was just about complete. A trip to the Sugar Bowl is a thrill to last a lifetime. And not just for the varsity players. The National Collegiate Flag Football Championships were contested this week, and with the sponsorship of the USF&G and the hard work of the kids involved, money was raised for the Miami Project. Spearheaded by former Miami Dolphin star Nick Bonacani, the project's goal is to find a cure for paralysis.
We were able to accept a check for $50,000 from USF&G. This is just really a down payment from them, what we think will be an awful lot of money. I really believe that we are on a road to finding a cure for paralysis, and having these young people from all these colleges turn out, put their time in their effort to raise the money is just very gratifying to me and my son, Mark.
And finally, last night, while Auburn and Syracuse players were probably making bed check, their loyal fans were reveling in the streets of New Orleans. One last chance to party before the big game. And all had high hopes that the new year would be filled with the same kind of thrills and excitement that Syracuse and Auburn gave college football in 1987.
Great. But we wanted a Bud Light.
Bud Light! If you want the great taste of Bud Light, ask for it.
I'll go get pizza.
Bud Light. Because everything else, you just don't need.
All set, Doctor. What's your condition? Still serious. Everything ready in Chicago?
The surgical team will be waiting.
Good.
You'll be at the airport in 7 minutes. Your flight's on time.
This is going to be one complicated operation. That's why they called you.
When you're something special, people know it.
Auburn University, a campus with a unique spirit, where our people make the difference. That's why more than 19,000 students from across America attend Alabama's largest university. You find the Auburn spirit in quality teaching. Our award-winning professors lead the way in classroom achievement.
I've always enjoyed teaching, and that was my goal when I came out of school, was to ultimately come back and teach.
It's the spirit of nationally recognized programs like Auburn's College of Business, where more than 3,000 of the South's future leaders are enrolled. And one of the Southeast's finest co-op programs, where students get a head start in working for business while they work for a degree. But most of all, the spirit of a rich and proud campus life, which goes hand in hand with a great education. It's the Auburn spirit.
There's something for everyone here on Auburn's campus. But don't just take our word for it. Come see it for yourself.
Back here at the USF&G Sugar Bowls, 10-7 Auburn leading Syracuse at halftime. And now let's enjoy the Auburn University Band. Auburn leading Syracuse 10-7 at the USF&G Sugar Bowl game in New Orleans, Louisiana.
You've built a name in business for all the world to see. So build in the protection of USF&G.
Across the USA, the big name for protecting business is USF&G Insurance. Ask your independent agent.
We got you covered, America, through every business day. USF&G covers the USA.
Old soldiers never die, but neglected batteries do. That's why I feel better with a Delco battery under the hood. Seal tight, maintenance free, with plenty of startup power to handle cold mountain weekends.
Precision AC Delco parts. They don't just fit, they match.
We old soldiers spend our time on live trout, not dead batteries. For the AC Delco retailer nearest you, just give me a call at 1-800-AC Delco.
Friday.
I suggest we go with a lovely two-piece ensemble from Baby Armani.
Full House and
What girl wouldn't love these?
Well, you won't get hit by any low-flying planes.
I Married Dora. Then,
Well, George, haven't you forgotten something?
Sorry, honey.
Mr. Belvedere. Then, Dad's Got Daughter Trouble.
Planning to have kids? Someday, eventually. Don't. Okay.
The Pursuit of Happiness. Don't miss a special New Year's Night of Comedies on ABC Friday.
It's that time after Christmas when there's nothing to do. Until now. Your Suzuki dealer is having a clearance on one of America's least expensive 4x4s. All models, all colors. But it's all over on January 4th. So don't wait. You're running out of time. To get in on the fun, see your Washington area Suzuki Samurai dealer.
The countdown begins Saturday at 9 a.m.
T-minus 12 and counting.
Circuit City kicks off 88 with New Year savings on TVs, VCRs, compact disc players, and more.
T-minus 6.
Saturday only. Save on this Zenith 19-inch color TV with remote. Just $266. This Technique stereo cassette deck with Dolby. Just $79. We're closed today, but open Saturday. The Circuit City New Year's sale.
The Road to Calgary, Saturday night at 11:30.
USF&G Sugar Bowl, 54th edition from the Superdome in New Orleans, with Auburn leading Syracuse by a score of 10-7. And this ABC Sports exclusive is brought to you by the new Jeep Eagle division of Chrysler Corporation. You can expect the best. And by USF&G all across this country. USF&G products protect your business. They protect your home, auto, and life. USF&G covers the USA. Highlights from the first half now, and the first real fireworks we had was that little swing by Berger out to Duke Donaldson, who then looped it downfield to the big play man, Lawyer Tillman.
Well, it's a backward pass. It's a lateral. It's not a pass. That means he can throw the ball. Donaldson, even though he's wearing a glove, throws the ball very well to their big play receiver for 58 yards, and this sets up their first touchdown.
And it was Tillman again at 6'4". A good sharp pass from Berger, and Tillman just went up and got it over the defender.
He uses his height. He beats both men. Runs a pattern with a little character. If he would have just run out there to the corner, he wouldn't have gotten open. But both feet in bounds. He doesn't need but one, but nice reception.
But the Orange men responded on a fine drive, and then Don McPherson paid it off with this 12-yard bullet to DeLaw Glover.
Well, the option set this up and pulled the strong safety Staples up and allowed Glover to get in behind.
Syracuse had a field goal try for the lead just short, but when Lyle from 40 yards made his, and it's 10-7 at halftime. Boy, he really puts a leg swing on it, doesn't he? Here are the numbers now for the two teams at halftime.
Interesting thing here for me, Keith, is the total yardage, first of all, 160 for Auburn. But look just above that, 126 of that is passing, and only 34 is rushing. On the other side, McPherson is having his problems. Only 53 yards passing for the nation's leading passer. Take a look at Syracuse possessions. The first three were punts. A couple of those were quick kicks. They finally got a touchdown on their fourth possession and missed a field goal, but no turnovers. Auburn scored on their second possession with only 3 plays, threw an interception, and then got a field goal on their last possession. Individually, Berger had a good drive that last one, completing 5 of 6 passes. Danley's the leading rusher, and Tillman has caught 3 for a touchdown. Syracuse, there you see McPherson, 4 of 8. What you don't see there are the 4 sacks that he has suffered. Johnston and McPherson leading rushers. McPherson's run the ball 13 times. Glover with a touchdown.
Now, the defensive stats, Bob, you don't see Andre Bruce's name. He has not been very obvious.
Well, he has not. He's only made 3 tackles. Those 3 men, Crane and Phillips, play the same position, and the other one, Crane and Crane and Wiggins, play the same position. And of course, Phillips is the other inside linebacker. So all the tackles, most of the tackles, leading tacklers, have been inside linebackers for Auburn.
And as we told you, we came on the air today from the Sugar Bowl that it was orange time in Newlands. Since both teams, of course, Syracuse is all orange and Auburn is burnt orange and navy blue. So that is the predominant color. Of course, this town is just jumping up and down over what the Saints have done. Jim Mora, Jim Fink's organization. Kind of interesting that where Jim Finks has been, who's the general manager, he came out of the, well, he took Bud Grant out of the CFL, brought him to Minnesota, built the foundation of the current Chicago Bears, doing the same thing in New Orleans. And here we go with the second half. Syracuse kicks off. It goes to Perry Reed. And Reed, looking for daylight, will get up just over the 20 to about the 22. So the Tigers will have the ball first as we start the second half. Auburn leading by 3. It's been a cracking good ball game so far.
It's been a defensive struggle, Keith. The offenses have done some things in spots, but mainly the 2 quarterbacks that we highlighted at the beginning. Berger, the SEC Player of the Year, 68 yards and a touchdown, and McPherson have been pretty much held under control.
From the 22, Berger, the quarterback, and he pitches the ball, goes to Reggie Ware. And a penalty flag is down at the 25-yard line. Reggie Ware, 235-pound senior from Huntsville. It's holding against Auburn. So the Tigers come out and make a mistake. The officials today, Big 8, John McClintock, the referee.
Take a look at the nose tackle. It's not Gregory, but Greer, 92. We don't know if there was a problem with Gregory at halftime, if his knee stiffened up or whatever. We'll find out. Maybe Greer just wants to get in there and get a little action. But number 92, the backup, Greer, weighs 290, 6 foot 290. So there's not much of a break for the center, Hudson, when Gregory is out.
Holding call backs him up 10. Ball comes back to the 12-yard line where it's 1st and 20. Syracuse shows a 5-man front, send only 3. Jeff Berger's pass to the sideline. Lawyer Tillman. It's a good catch just beyond the 25. He laid out holding. Now they're going to wave it off and say no. One official coming up indicated, at least I thought he did, that it was a good catch, but let's see.
Got a good look at it right here.
Looked pretty good, didn't it?
Well, you just can't see from that angle whether or not he had possession.
Well, did the top end of him hit the ground before the bottom end? I think that's the question.
Well, let's see. He's going to land in bounds.
That's a catch.
Yeah, I think they missed that one. I think they missed that one.
2nd down, 20. Underneath, Ware has to come back low to get the ball, and Reggie has to fall down and effectively making the catch. So there's, well, maybe a yard pickup on the play. It'll be 3rd down. And I'm just sitting here, you know, Bob, I think this is either my 14th or 15th. I really can't remember. It's consecutive Sugar Bowl. But I've been watching Auburn football a long time. Pat Dye's team's a long time. And this is totally out of character, what I'm seeing here.
I'll bet.
Being thrown inside the 20.
I'll bet. I wondered why you had that big smile on your face when you walked into the booth and you saw Auburn out there.
Down the middle it goes, and not quite. Danley hooking right in the center. He is hauled down by David Bavaro, short of the 1st down, and Auburn now is going to have to punt it away. David, 6-footer, 225, only a sophomore, and as we told you earlier, the younger brother of Mark Bavaro. All-American at Notre Dame and now with the Giants. Tommy Kane is deep for Syracuse. Tommy standing back inside his own 35. Got a little pressure on Schulman this time, but oh, that's a good kick. Nice, soft, tight spiral. Hangs up there a long time, and the Tigers effectively cover it. About the 37-yard line for Syracuse, and here's Mike.
Well, Keith and Bob, if Syracuse is to win this game on a defensive standpoint, they'll have to do it without their great nose guard, Ted Gregory. He is out for the rest of the game because he strained that right knee again, and they don't want to re-injure it, so he is out for the rest of the game, and we'll have more from the 54th annual Sugar Bowl. Auburn 10, Syracuse 7. Stay with us.
Here we are again, Chevy and Ford, side by side. USAC tested them for performance. Standard half-tons with the best automatics and half-ton payloads. Results? The full-size Chevy beat Ford. Beat them in acceleration, highway passing, pylon course handling, level and uphill trailer touring acceleration. So how does Ford stand up to the Chevy with a Vortec V6? Still not very well.
Now, get $500 cash back on new full-size CK pickups.
That's today's Chevy truck.
King Kong Bundy versus the fully IBM compatible Head Start computer. Bundy has never used a computer before. He's sitting down. Wait a minute. The on-screen instructions are so simple he doesn't have to wrestle with a manual. Bundy's punching his way through the incredible variety of programs. In just 23 minutes, he's entered the world of computers. Head Start by Bendix. It will bring out the genius in you.